Hi guys, this is Miko, and this is going to be a segment called Time Storytime. I don't know why I put it in quotations. It's stupid. Anyways, this is going to be a story from me being young and stuff, and a lot of my young stuff, I was smoking a lot of pot and drinking when I shouldn't have been doing that. And I don't do I don't smoke pot or do any substances except for drinking and smoking nicotine, I guess, which I really need to stop doing at some point. But this story is gonna answer the question whether or not I am bi. Am I? So let me just get into it. We're gonna call this guy Daniel, and I'm taking us all the way back to when I was in 8th grade. So 8th grade for me was I don't know, one of my best years. During this time, I started to become a ladies' man. I finally got to shave my unibrow that I had in 7th grade and my maxi stash. I finally learned how to shave, guys, okay? That's a big deal, especially when you're in 8th grade and girls dated me still, but I think that's why they broke up with me so many times, is they're I'm dating this Hispanic guy who's already has a mustache, a full grown mustache, and I had braces on top of that, so no, sayonara. Anyways, I'm off topic, but I felt really good during that time, and this is when I discovered metalcore music, or screamo. No. Is what people called it then.
Mom, no, it's not called screamo. Stop calling it that. I don't know what it's called.
So at the time, I had no idea what the music was. I just knew that screaming sounded cool. Yes! Yes! And then I started screaming. So thank you Ollie Sykes, and MySpace. MySpace was huge, so that's where I found all my new music and stuff. And then playlist.com. If any of you know what that is, then you know that place was bomb, and that's how you got your cool music. And then I think they even had it where you could copy the HTML code and put it on your MySpace. So you are not getting around listening to my favorite song at the time, you know. So anyways, there's only one other kid who kind of had my style, and I was, emo punk, and that's kind of always been my style, I guess. He was the only other kid that was like that, and I think we became friends because of that. We were on the track team together, we played football together, and we just did all sorts of extracurricular type activities at school. And I think that's kind of how our friendship started. He was very funny, and he had that, swoopy hair with the spiked up back, and somehow I think he did it at home or something, but he had a lip ring, and I think he had a nose piercing too, and I thought that was really cool. I want that. So Daniel, okay, would hang out with me after school. Usually my parents would be late, to pick me up, they forgot about me. So I would just sit there and sometimes I'm not even kidding, sometimes I'd have to call them and be so when are you guys gonna pick me up and stuff? And they're oh my god, I'm sorry. That's kind of my childhood basis. I got forgotten a lot. So I would wait after school, and it'd be 2 hours after school got let out, and I had a friend, we're gonna call her Sheila. I don't know, I can't think of a good girl's name. So Danielle and Sheila would hang out with me and we would just talk and just kind of like talk shit, I guess. I don't know. We like got into like stupid topics and stuff. Like, you know, eighth graders, they have dumb things to talk about. Yes! Yes! Like, we think like what we're saying actually like matters and that the future is going to be exactly the way we imagine it's going to be. But obviously, you're like very naive at that point. All I know is that he was like really nice and super cool to be around. He was like one of those like outgoing like party type guys. And I remember one of the first times we like hung out alone, we walked to his apartment complex. And I don't know why, but like I started drinking. We were drinking like UV Blue, and we were drinking together and stuff. And he had like some other friends there, and I just got this really weird feeling inside. And I don't know. I think it might have been because he was just like me, and I found that like attractive for some reason. Because there was like no girls that were like that. This is like way before Scene Girls, and like, oh god, that was an awful era. So I found that attractive, and I didn't know why I found that attractive. And I know he would like flirt with me because he was bi, and he would like say all these things which made me feel good because I don't know about you, but like one of my biggest like compliments is when it comes from like a guy, like a gay guy or something, when they're like, oh my god, like you're adorable or you're cute or something like that, or man, you're sexy. Like, I don't know, something about that makes me feel really nice inside, even though like I'm not attracted to males. So it's always just like, I don't know, it makes me feel good. Like, I just get all warm inside and I'm like, wow, like girls find me attractive and guys find me attractive. Like, I don't know, I'm like Stacy's brother and I got it going on or something like that. But it made me feel great. So we were sitting there talking and we were alone because like his mom wasn't a very good like influence or anything. So she was like always out of the house, and I'm pretty sure she had like drug problems, and it was just kind of sad. So he kind of grew up like in a bad environment, and all he did was like smoke pot and like do ecstasy and drink because he had like friends that were like 23. I don't know, they were probably people that like lived around the neighborhood that he was in, but he always had access to alcohol. And I had already been drinking and smoking like before, so it was like double cool to me, I guess. Like, I don't know. If you're like a kid watching this, like, it's not cool. So, like, wait. Like, I don't know. High school, I think, is kind of fun. Okay, I'm not trying to condone like anybody to do anything. Just do what you do, okay? Because I'm not gonna be responsible for you being like, oh, like Miko Peach said it and it was cool with him, so now I'm gonna go out and like get drug addicted. Like, don't do that, okay? So then like he was, I don't know, like being really really flirty, and this is like the first time that I felt like, I don't know, maybe I'm attracted to a man, like more than just like a friend or like knowing that he's attractive. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I know when a guy's attractive. Like, I'm not one of those guys to like deny another man. It's like obviously attractive. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's ugly just because I don't like men. But anyway, so like we were like sitting on like the stairs of his apartment complex, and then like he kissed me, and I got like all warm and fuzzy inside because like all I've done at this point before that like is kiss girls, and all I've dated is girls, and I'm pretty sure even at the time like I was dating a girl. So it was even worse because I was like, oh God, like,
I cheated?
or like he forced me to cheat because like I didn't really kiss back because I was kind of like taken by surprise. After that, I felt this like weird crush feeling on him, like even stronger. And I think my girlfriend like dumped me anyways after that, but like I would hang around with him all the time. And I don't know, I got to the point where like we'd kiss every now and then, and like I'd actually kiss him back. And we never did anything like sexual or anything, but I definitely like thought I was bi. For a while, I think like I came out as bi, and people were like, okay, like, so is Daniel, and they knew that we hung out, so they just assumed that Daniel and I were dating, but we weren't. And I don't know, it wasn't, I don't know what happened, but like, him and I, like, we never stopped being friends. Like, I actually saw him like 3 years ago, because he moved down south, and I went down there. Geez, I can't talk. I went down there to see like a big festival, but it so happened to be like around the area where he lives now, and I got to see him again. Like we met up, and he's got like a house and stuff, and he's got a girlfriend, and I think, oh my god, I think they got married like a year or two ago. We haven't really kept in touch since, but I know that he like totally changed his image. Like he doesn't look like an emo kid. Like all throughout high school, he definitely did. All of a sudden, like I don't know, like a year and a half out of high school, I meet up with him and he's like got a clean cut look and he's like wearing nice like clothes. Like he's like wearing like Abercrombie and Finch and stuff. I don't know if that's what you call nice clothes. It's not my like particular store to shop at, but so Daniel and I just like stopped hanging out, and then like that feeling died down, and then I don't know, maybe I like snapped out of it or something, and then I like I don't know, I kind of like tried to like be bi with someone else. Like I was like, okay, so like maybe like this is a real thing. Like maybe I do like guys and girls, and I did not like men. Like I like forced it and tried like doing it and trying to date like a guy. Like I never officially dated a guy, but like I tried to do like what? Oh God, I'm gonna edit that out. I tried to do what Daniel and I were doing, and it just didn't. It just didn't click. Like I lost that feeling entirely about men, and from then on, like I've never had an attraction to a male. I've just always dated women, and I'm still dating women. Um, but I don't know. Like I said, I do know when guys are attractive, so like I know this is not gonna happen, but like if Brendan Urie or like Brian Sella or Jake Gyllenhaal or Jason like Moa, if you guys are watching, like I'd experiment. Okay, maybe not, but I'd probably I don't know. Just because of the celebrity status, to say I did, I probably would do it. That's so wrong. Like you do something like I feel like people do that. Like they get this one time opportunity with a celebrity and they just take it, and even though like they could be like a D-list celebrity, I don't know. But it's just to say like, oh yeah, like I hooked up with so and so who's like got some sort of celebrity status. Anyways, so Daniel, I hope you're doing good, or doing well, and I'd like to talk to you again more. Um, so if you're seeing this, you probably know that this is about you, but I just like to keep in contact because we were really good friends, and he's always been supportive of me. And I haven't come out to him or anything because, like, obviously we haven't been in contact. But um, I don't think I'm bi at all. I just I just know when guys are attractive, and it's simply put as that. And I guess I just had like a bi curious moment, and I guess when you're young, you kind of don't know exactly what your like full sexual orientation is. And I think it's important to kind of maybe explore those things because you don't necessarily know who you are. And those are like the foundations of learning who you are. Like some people just know obviously that they're straight. That's how I've always been, but he just so happened to be like that one person that like made me question just being straight. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this really awkward story that I've like never spoken about publicly at all. And if you want more like boy time, story time things, I'll just share things about like my childhood and like high school and stuff. And if you enjoyed it, give me like a big like or a dislike if you didn't like it, or just simply leave a comment. It can be a hate comment if you want, whatever. I'm just gonna laugh at it. But um, this is it. Gosh, I'm gonna redo that. So that's it for this video, and I'm glad that you clicked on it. And as always, bye peaches.